thank you guys all for being here. I want to thank the city of Atlanta. It's just an incredible wrestling town. So much history here from WCW on. I was had the opportunity to go over to the Great American Bash the other day and walk into center stage, and it's just so many memories of me walking in that door for the first time and meeting Dusty and just everybody. It's just such an amazing place with so much history. I love it. So Atlanta is one of my favorite cities to come from, or for us to come here and perform from. Want to thank State Farm Arena specifically, and one of our TKO board members, Steve Coonan, for helping us to be here and making this all possible. So incredible few days. Want to mention Bill Goldberg first in an incredible moment last night. I thought capping off a remarkable career. I'm glad that Bill was able to have that sort of, if that's what it is for him, for a closure moment and sort of have the last match. At 58 years old, just still bringing an incredible intensity, everything he does. Did a great job, and I was happy that he was able to be there with his family and his friends and just support him and see him close out an incredible career. And of course, Gunther just taking it to another level always, just another great match from him. Let's talk about Evolution. Just what a night. Incredible. Start to finish. There was, what it was, 6 or 7 years since the first Evolution.
2017, I believe.
Yeah, whatever.
2018.
2018.
October 2018.
Yeah, see, you were wrong, dude.
My bad. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Don't argue with the woman. In that period of time, and it was talked about tonight, but our women's division, the bar for what women do in this industry, all of it has been raised so high that to some degree is almost, for me, I wasn't even sure if there was a need to have a separate thing. Our women now regularly headline, regularly have main events, regularly steal shows, regularly do all that stuff. But it was an opportunity to showcase, and we decided to move forward with it, and I was excited to do it, and they were as well. The timing of this time of year is tricky for us, especially this year, but and they showed tonight what a change that business has been for them. I'm incredibly proud of them, and I think not only of the women that were here, and one of the things that I'm incredibly proud of for them is it wasn't a stacked legends show, it wasn't a nostalgia show, it wasn't we honored the past, but it was about today. It was about the women of today, what they're doing today, and about the future of it. So you saw a lot of women that are just up and coming. When you look at women like Saul, who's been here for a very incredibly short period of time, from first even just stepping through the ropes, just a few short years, to where she's brought it now, the amazing athleticism, the characters, the dedication, all of it, just across the board. Every single thing delivered tonight, everything was off the chart good, and when you got to the end of the night, I don't want to forget anybody to mention, but Jade and Naomi had an incredible match. Tiffany and Trish was incredible. Trish still got it, just putting on a performance. The four-way tag was off the chart. Joy Grace and JC Jane, again, showing more into the future of what we do. Becky Lyra, Bailey was just off the chart good, and again, showcasing the veterans and the stars that have gotten us here, and then new up and coming. Very exciting to see. And then Rhea and Io, just whatever was left of the roof here, blew it off. And then Naomi coming in with a last minute cash in, which is just so excited for her and so happy for her since coming back, her passion and her desire to do this. And it's just been reinvigorated, and she's knocking it out of the park. So thrilled for her and excited for her. Coming up soon here, and I feel like we're just saying this back to back, everything here, but we've got in just a few short weeks this 2-night SummerSlam for the first time ever out of MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, the 2nd and 3rd of August. That card here will start to shape up here this week, and you already see John Cena and Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Jelly Roll against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, which I'm sure will be incredibly entertaining. Jelly's one of those people that I talked about who has been a fan his whole life. Actually went to school for a brief period of time to try to become a wrestler before he became one of the biggest performing acts in the world. His dedication to this, he's one of those guys that he is like living right now in the Performance Center in Orlando and just doing this every day, so my hat's off to him. And also during that weekend we'll have a Tony Hinchcliffe back doing a late night special with us that will feature Cody Rhodes and some other guests and comedians. So it'll be a big week and a lot of things going on. It'll be a lot of fun, and we'll definitely deliver on another level. So I encourage everybody to be there. Tomorrow night on Raw, we're going to head down a new path, and I'm sure somebody here will ask about Seth. I'll just say right now, a little bit inconclusive. Doesn't look good, but we're in Birmingham tomorrow. He came here tonight. He was not going to miss his wife's performance tonight. He is here, or was here. He will be in Birmingham tomorrow with Dr. Dugas. We'll get MRI and hope for the best, see where we can go with that. But in order to sort of see where we go from there, tomorrow there will be a gauntlet match on Raw, maybe one of the biggest gauntlet matches we've ever done, I think. Penta, LA Knight, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, and Jey Uso to determine who will go to SummerSlam to face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. So big night tomorrow. Excited for SummerSlam, excited to get into the fall. Paris, Perth, San Diego. It's going to be the rest of the year is going to be big and hot. And I'll open it up to you guys.
Eli Borstein, the Marietta Journal newspaper up north of here, kind of talked about your opening statement, but talk to us about the support that you guys got from the fans yesterday and today with 3 shows, 3 pretty hot crowds, even in light of all the other goings-on happening in Atlanta.
Yeah, a lot of stuff here right now. Beyonce's been here for. It came out, I thought it was like a cowboy jamboree or something, all the white cowboy hats and cowboy boots. I had forgotten that Beyonce was here, but yeah, when first of all, Atlanta, as I said, amazing city for us, amazing town for us. They make it so easy for us. Everybody here, Steve Koonin, who's on our board, makes this a special place for us. So much history here. Our town love to be here, but with this much going on, and you can still roll into Atlanta, do the Great American Bash, hit Saturday night's main event, do Evolution, all of them do phenomenal business. The crowds were crazy. I mean, this crowd here tonight for Evolution might be one of the loudest crowds we've seen in the States this year. It is, again, one of my favorite towns to come here and put shows on. So hats off to Atlanta. Thank you very much.
Next question, first from my side.
You all right? All right.
How you doing, Hunter? Shiny Reed, Rap on Wrestling Podcast, as well as Variety. I want to ask you a little bit about Jelly Roll. What was it like working with him Friday, Saturday, seeing him take the Claymore in the ring? And why and when did you decide, okay, I feel comfortable with him having a match at SummerSlam?
So probably since the first time I've met Jelly, he has been saying, I need to wrestle. Like I really want to do this. I'm telling you, I'll be more dedicated than anybody else. He just always says it, and a lot of people say that. And sometimes you end up where it's they think they want to do it, and they think they're going to be dedicated to it, and they're not. And then other times you end up with Bad Bunny, or you end up with Jelly, or somebody that's super dedicated to it and just wants to go all in. He's been saying it. He told me, a couple of years ago, dude, I'm gonna lose all this weight. You're gonna see, I'm gonna lose all this weight. I'm gonna stay on you, and then I want to do something big with you guys. Let's any way we can make it happen. And we've stayed in touch, and he did exactly what he said. It might have been WrestleMania week. I'm terrible with dates, but might have been WrestleMania week that while we were out there, he went to one of our rings while we were there in Vegas, and we had him do some stuff, and everybody that was there was like, wow, like he gets this, okay. And then he proceeded to lose even more weight, and then the timing was right, and he's at a place where he's in his weight loss journey looking to get to the next level even and increase that loss. And he asked if he could come to the Performance Center and train with our trainers and get in the ring doing for cardio wise, and get with our trainers and get with our nutritionists and get with our people and sort of base in between his tours here out of the Performance Center and document all that. And I think part of that was he wanted us to see what he could be able to do, and he's been in that ring every single day, just going at it. And he's dedicated to it. I haven't heard him complain once about being sore. He's all in. He's like a giddy kid. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited to have the opportunity for him to do this. But it's a funny thing because how people look at it sometimes. But like Randy Orton is like so excited to be doing this with him. Drew McIntyre is excited to be doing this. Logan Paul, like as soon as we mentioned any of this, those guys were like, oh my God, dude, like let's go, right? It's fun and it's exciting for them, and it's an opportunity to do something different in a business where this is very serious, a lot of the time. And, if you think about it as an actor doing the roles that you do, like to have one that's different every now and then is incredible. And they're super into it, and I think also his excitement for it is infectious, and I get videos of him training every day where I'm actually just like, wow, look at that, he's busting his ass. It's going to be good. It's going to be incredible. Yeah.
This is the last question.
Well, we're going to do two because you can't just do all dudes at an Evolution. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's you. I'm just.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
You mentioned earlier Bill Goldberg. His retirement here last night, being a WCW started back in the day, and WWE star, champion and stuff. How would you describe Bill Goldberg's legacy in sports entertainment business?
If I had to say one word, intensity, right? I mean, Bill is, first of all, as a human being, is just very intense. He had like this incredible whirlwind career. And sometimes people criticize him or unfairly, I think, come at him. What was he supposed to do? Say no? Right? He looks like he does. They bring him in. They stick him right on TV. You don't know what he's doing. And like, just got him doing all this stuff. And it's crazy. It's incredible. And it's, people are going, in Atlanta, right here, what was it, 40,000 people at the stadium, right, for TV. Him and Hogan on TV. He did incredible. Had an incredible career. You can look at that time frame of the business, exception of, you know, and you can make arguments of who was the most over person in the industry at that time. And if it wasn't him, he was certainly up there in the top 5 or top 3 for sure, right? Just an incredible career. Came here, you know, did some great stuff here, and has had jumps back and forth, in and out over the years. Some incredible, some unfortunately, you know, for him, like sometimes he was asked to do, you know, come back and do things where he just had no time to prepare for it and all that stuff, and that's a tough spot to be in. I have nothing but respect for Bill as a performer and a human being, and I think he did an incredible job. And you know, I'm happy that we could at least at 58 present a platform for him to do this one last time. Hopefully it was meant a lot to him, and hopefully it meant a lot to his family and friends and everything. And you know, he probably won't be the last Goldberg in the business. I can see this sparkle in Gage's eyes. So, and he's been very clear about it. If the NFL doesn't work out, here he comes. So we'll see. But I was very happy for Bill and excited for him to have that moment. And you know, nothing but congratulations on an incredible career.
We'll have Emily with the final question.
Emily May with Wrestling News Co. Again, congratulations. This was an incredible moment for fans because we've wanted Evolution for a really long time. We've wanted it again. And you brought various generations of not only fans together, because I saw children in the audience of all ages, but you also brought legends together. You brought athletes in the ring, in the crowd, and it was a moment that we could celebrate. And so I would love to know, where do you see that impact of having a moment like this where generations can come together and celebrate? And will we be able to have this as an annual event so we can celebrate every year?
So, one, I think you keyed on one of my favorite things about WWE, and to me it's the generational nature of it, right? No matter, when you come to a show, you come to, whether it's WrestleMania, whether it's Raw, whether it's SmackDown, whether it's NXT, whatever it is, you see multi-generations of people. I see kids with their parents, with their grandparents. You see, unfortunately, I'm of the age now where there are people like, I watched you when I was a kid, or whatever, right? Like, but you see those generations, you see them to come together, you see them bond over it. You know, sometimes, and especially fans, and I understand their passion for it, but it becomes this like argument over what's liked, what's disliked. This is supposed to be fun. It's one of the things that I stress. It's all a lot of hard work, right? Believe me, right now, 4 shows back to back is hard work. Everybody here is working their ass off, but they're doing it because they love it. But I think the biggest thing for them to do is have fun doing it. If we're all having fun doing it, whether we're writing it, whether we're producing it, whether they're coming up with show cards or posters, anything that our company touches should be fun. The product should be fun. Sometimes it's going to be serious, sometimes it's going to be sad, sometimes it's going to be epic, sometimes it's going to be funny, sometimes it's going to be lighthearted. It needs to have all those things, and it needs to appeal to everybody as much as possible, so that you can have kids at shows, and you can have their parents, and parents feel good about bringing the kids, and the grandparents feel good about bringing the kids. I love the fact that right now, when you come to our shows, it's everybody. It's it's countries, it's races, it's young girls, young boys, and sometimes the young girls like the guys on the show, sometimes the young boys like the girls on the show. It's not divided, it's just great, and there's a little something for everybody. And a night like tonight, where everybody can come here, and one, it's just an epic show. There's a part of me that wants to just go like, just an epic show. It was a women's show, yes, but it was just an epic show. It was just a WWE production show, and I like that. I love the fact that the women now are every bit a part of the show and every aspect of it, right? And at any point in time, they can main event, if it's the story, if it's the whatever that is, it's all there. Having a night like tonight where they can all come together and celebrate that, it worked out well here tonight. I think as we move forward, we'll see, I don't want to say it's yearly, it's not yearly. I think we see what that demand is for it, because as the demand for the women grows across the board every day, it becomes less about having their own show and more about like that's the equality, is it's all there, and don't have to have their show to be in the spotlight, but if it works, we'll definitely go down that road again. So I think it's a we shall see. Again, though, even tonight in the show itself, I love the fact that we had legends here, from Alundra Blaze, Medusa, to Leilani Kai, to Vicky Guerrero, to it spanned generations of females that paved the way, that continued to pave the way, and that are doing that now. And when you get to look out in the crowd and see little girls, I don't know, there was a woman that works for us in the production studio made the cold open for tonight. Hadn't been asked to do it yet, hadn't been talked about doing it. She just came in and said, I made this in her own time, and said, what do you guys think? And we were like, that's the open, right? Like, just changing the game for little girls. I have 3 girls. I see how they look at female athletes and female representation and female athletes or performers that they can look up to and aspire to be like, no matter what they do in their life. Like, it's a motivating, it's powerful to them. I see the same thing in little boys that watch our show. I see the same thing as they become teenagers and get older in life. And it's again, one of my favorite things about this business. But I don't know that it has to be a particular night for them to be inspired by the women, because I think the women do that every single Monday, Tuesday, Friday, whenever we have a PLE, whenever we're having a Saturday night's main event, right? They're role models, they're inspiring people, they're changing their lives. And that sounds dramatic to some degree, but that is the kind of thing they do. And when you see our performers, when you see kids come backstage and meet them, and you see the kid light up, and our performers, because I know them so well, how they light up because the kids are there lighting up, like it's such a mutually beneficial thing for everybody, and it's by far the best part of what we do, and I know they love it. So being a part of that representation and that change and that inspiration is incredible for them. The last thing I'll just say on it before I wrap is, for me, tonight was sort of it was an emotional show, because it wasn't that long ago that when we were getting to the Performance Center and starting NXT, that I was like, well, why, and I'm taking that to heart, like, why are you not being trained the same as the guys? Right? Because, well, it's just, we're not allowed to do that. We're doing this, like, okay, well, that ends today. And this is all going to change. And, they all dug in on that and put their athleticism in the forefront, and, began to grind and do all this stuff, standing on the backs of the people that had come before them, and scratched and clawed for the time, and scratched and clawed for a spot when it wasn't available, until they were, until that generation of new people in the Performance Center were so good that people couldn't deny them anymore. And then they came in here and lit this place up, and it's just continued to grow, and the respect for them has continued to grow. Seeing that tonight, seeing Leilani Kai in the crowd, seeing Melina being here, seeing Tori Wilson being here, and all these different generations of women sitting, watching that show with stars that have become household names through that NXT process and through the Performance Center process, all the way through to ones that are there now that are fresh out of college, that are getting an opportunity to become global superstars and inspire another generation. It's really, really cool to see. And you know, I went over Saturday afternoon before we got started yesterday with rehearsals for here, and went over to Center Stage Theater to see Sean and to see the talent. And man, it's one of my favorite things to do is just to walk around those shows or the Performance Center and see all those young people that are just a dream in their eye and a gleam, you know, of wanting to be something more, and then seeing them like Alexa, like Charlotte, like Bailey, Becky, that I saw them when they were just putting their toe in the water and had this dream, and now they're the legends that have inspired this generation that are coming in right now. I think I can see it in these girls that came over from NXT or that I've seen in the Performance Center, and I see them perform there and how confident they are, and then they get here and they're like, holy shit, I am in the ring with Charlotte Flair. You know, it's awesome to see that evolution, and it will continue, and I will do everything that I can to ensure that it continues for generations to come until I can't do this anymore, and I'll make sure that there's somebody in my place after that to continue to do it as well, because to me this is the greatest form of entertainment in the world. It make you laugh, make you cry, make you happy, make you sad, make you aggressive. Like it's a little something for everybody, and you know, just want to keep making sure it's there for everybody going forward. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you soon at SummerSlam. Thank you.